Hey there, Allison with EverydayShortcuts.com. Welcome back to my channel. So Halloween is around the corner, and today we are going to be making a spooky charcuterie board. I've got my skull here, and we are going to dress him up and put a whole bunch of good, spooky, fun goodies all around him that your guests are going to love at your Halloween party. So let's get started in making this spooky charcuterie board. Let's go over the supplies that I use to make the spooky charcuterie board. So many people have asked me what I have used since I have posted this on my website, so I thought I would include this little segment in the video just so you guys have an idea of what I used in case you wanted to get it too. So for the actual board, like to put everything on, I used an extra large cookie sheet. You want to make sure that you get the extra large one if you are serving like a larger crowd. You could use a regular one, but this, I think, no, this is, I thought this was a Wilton one. That's the one I really wanted, but they were out of it. So this is a dark gray pan. I wanted to go with a dark gray color just to kind of go with the whole Halloween theme rather than a lighter color, but it's totally up to you. If you don't want to use that, you can use what they call a long board. Now, this one is probably a little bit smaller, but if you have a small crowd, I mean, you could still do it, and just put some things on each side. If you're just serving, just maybe like 2 people or 4 people, or even, just a little bit more than that, you can use one of these. But they do have longer sizes that you can get, and even a little bit wider as well. But these are called long boards, or they have like the circle ones, and this one is a really good size and it is so inexpensive. I found it on Amazon and I'll link that for you, but this is like one of my favorite grazing boards ever. I use this quite often with a lot of my other boards. You probably saw it with my meat roses that I made. And I also made some Halloween ones and stuff like that, some candy boards with this. So I use this quite often, and I believe it was under $40 at the time when I purchased it. But it is very sturdy. But like I said, there are a variety of sizes of boards that you can use. It just depends on you. And you actually don't even have to use a board. Like I said, I used a cookie platter, but you can also use any kind of platter you want. For the skull, this is a very solid skull, and it's supposed to be a replica of a skull, and I found this one on Amazon as well, and I will link that too. But I wanted to get a heavy duty skull for something that I was using to put food on and that I was able to hand wash, and stuff like that, rather than one that could fall apart. But it is the actual size of like what a skull would be like, so it is perfect. And the eye sockets are deep enough that you can put stuff in there as well, even in the nose if you want it to, and it fits nicely on the board. Also, I just went to the dollar store and got some spider rings. These are very nice. I like that they have the backs on them like this, the ring part, because you can stick them, like push them down into the cheese, or anything that you want to do. And you can even like open them up in the back too, because they have that little opening there. But basically, I just went to the dollar store and just picked up some little random things like spider webs and little like I don't know, fabric pieces and stuff like that. I mean, you really can just get creative with this, but this is what I wanted to share with you, and I'll link everything below so you can pick it up as well. So for fun, I went ahead and added some glow-in-the-dark eyeballs. I just basically just stuck them in the socket until they like locked in there. You can use like some cream cheese if you want to put them in there, or if you want to use like olives, you can do that too. It's just a fun way to dress them up. And we're gonna go ahead and put some meat on around him. And that way this is going to be your main center point for your charcuterie board. So before you get started, you want to make sure that you wash the skull that we're going to put the meat on to make sure it's nice and clean. And then we're just going to put some prosciutto all around it and make it look like a human skull. Okay, so I added the brie cheese and a little bit of jam with the knife in the middle to kind of make it more spooky. And then we're just going to add some things around it. Just going to add some red grapes around it. And then we have our fresh mozzarella balls. We're going to add that. And we have some olives. We're going to add that. Just add random things. We're going to do like some meats. And then you can add like some crackers. We have some water crackers. And then we also have some wheat thins you can add too. Okay, then I filled up the last little bit with some ghost cheese, and all I used was a cookie cutter and some sliced cheese and made some little ghost cheese and added some more grapes to fill up the space. Basically, just make a centerpiece and fill the rest just with stuff that people would eat, meats, cheeses, crackers, grapes, olives, breads, jams, stuff like that. And I just used a very large cookie sheet that you can use a board if you want. And then if you want to add some fun little spooky things, you can put in like a spider ring and some other decorations, like I have the spider web in the background. But this is a fun way to entertain your guest and feed them.